Dignitas here. Let's see if they can actually end a game with a win. Blind pick Renekton is a very standard, but Sion is always so useful for the team. Big front line, and DSG in game number 1, they had a really good team fighting, composition, and they were able to utilize that very straightforward. They won from the very beginning, and then they just, objective to objective. So maybe they can make this game look as controlled as game number 1.
Yeah, and the thing that I've liked about DSG in both of their games is I have felt like their early games have been quite strong. They've played towards which lanes should be winning. I'd say eXyu has been a little bit less crazy than he's been in some of his past games. Like literally, they were 3-22 this year before they started playing Dignitas in these last 5 games. In which case they won 4 or 5.
That's a Jatt compliment right there.
That's a Jatt
Crazy. In the last 5 games, they have more wins against Dignitas than they did in 25 games against everybody else all year.
Yeah. That's true.
So this is a good matchup for DSG.
Yeah, I mean,
I just say eXyu has been a coordinated jungler. Like, it's been interesting for me watching his progression because I'd say actually when he was on Dignitas, he looked pretty promising, and he's looked not that promising most of the year. He's kind of reminded me of what I saw in him when he first joined the LCS a year and a half ago so far in the series.
Ooh, we got an all-in bruiser squad here from Dig. They are not going to go out without some fireworks, without a bang here. Vi, Galio, and Renekton, like, they're going to go clump up into this Viktor. You know what even when they were hovering over the Sion, I was like, well, they're probably going to go with a pretty standard 5-on-5
maybe the Sion is for Rahel.
And they're just going to...
Rahel Sion, so because it's like, well, brother, we're not going to help you, so you might as well come with us. Honestly, I love the Kaisa ban here. It's the #1 ban that I would expect if you just see full send on the enemy team. I think that if you're Dignitas, you need to ban Renata. Because if all you're going to do is throw 5 meatballs into the pot, Renata's going to stir that up and serve it right back in your own face. You do not want that.
I mean, there's a lot of good, like counter-engage things that thrive against low-range competitions. But now that you said that, I can't stop thinking about, like, what is the recourse for AD carries going to be? They're going to be like, put on a mask of, like, some other champion. They're like, I'm playing the tank. You still want to come kill me? I got a passive. I revive. I still... And they're like, yep, we're still coming for you, buddy. You're going down.
All right, so another aggressive AD carry banned out by Disguise, and one of the safe AD carries banned out from Dig. If Dig's strategy is to full send on Rahel, they want to make sure Rahel is in misery. They want him in the trench. They do not want him on Ezreal.
Yeah, and the other one would be Xayah if you're looking at AD carries that kind of counter the hard engage there. But Sivir also, Spell Shield and Ultimate kind of difficult to deal with. Are they just going to run a Xayah Rakan?
That makes perfect sense if they want to have the Xayah locked in right now with all the other AD carries that are banned and also having the range. I'm sure you can take the Rakan first, but Xayah is so perfect, I would almost want to have that first.
I guess the reasoning is probably Rakan also fits in really well with a team that just wants to full send, so it's also a denial from Dig.
Yeah, easiest to steal away of the duo. Corkster, though, locked in. Okay, good burst damage here, and wants to just get right in there.
All right, full send.
There we go, full send.
They're so in there. 4 melees and a Corki who's going to be falcing in.
Yeah, Corki literally has fireworks, so...
Hey, you were right.
They're going to go out with a bang if they go out.
All right, well... We've got Xayah Rakan, so you're going to full send it, and Xayah's going to fly up in the air, and Viktor's going to drop a gravity field, and you've got to fight past that stuff, through the Chaos Storm. That sounds like a heavy metal album. That's badass. I like that.
Yeah.
DSG has a lot of scaling. They're not actually that strong early on in the game, but if you're just thinking about if DSG gets a little bit ahead with the Sion, Viktor, Xayah Rakan, and Xin, you don't want to have a dive comp into that. They're so good at absorbing your engage and one-shotting you. So Dig has a tall task here to keep their season alive, Flowers.
So what I'm hearing is that Dig has the responsibility. They have got to put their foot to the gas pedal and burn some rubber in this early game. Get ahead, because if you don't, Disguised knows what you're going to do, and they're ready for it.
Okay, good luck, Dignitas. Must win games.
Lock in.
From here on out, DSG series point here versus Dignitas in the rematch. They already won the previous series, and this one's looking a bit more one-sided thus far.
All right, let's do it. Dignitas trying to keep their season alive. If they lose this game, they're done in 2025. There's no more League of Legends for them to play. They'll be back in 2026, but
Play solo queue still, man. I can still queue.
bro,
up.
it's August,
Season three's
September,
coming out soon.
October,
Valid
November,
thing.
December. You would have 4 full months of sitting around on your butt wishing you were still on the stage.
They can invite me. I'll play some flex queue. Let's do it up.
All right, there you go. That's it. You can either stay competing or it's flex queue with Kobe for 4 months. That's your choice, Dignitas. Congratulations to Huhi for surpassing Afromu for 6th place all-time career wins in North America with 304. This man has been a part of the NA ecosystem for a very long time. Isles walking away here as Disguise goes for the early 4-man invade. They won't force any summoners or anything, though, as Isles can get enough distance just walking it off.
Yeah, as long as Castle can make it all the way back up to the top lane and not lose experience, that's going to be fine. They are trading vision. They both have vision of each other's raptors, so eXyu might want to try and do some fake outs running around that vision, but most likely it is pretty standard to start.
Yeah, I think probably full clearing for him, even though Xin has a good individual matchup. A lot of the lanes just kind of want to farm for DSG. It can be really nice if a fight does break out, like a little skirmish, for Viktor to just get like some assists and stuff for takedowns to get like accelerate your scaling and your upgrades, but you don't want to push anything unless you have a really good position to go for it. You know, if like gets a nice little health lead or something, but should just be farming on the menu for them and starting out with a couple misses there, Flowers.
Yep.
I saw you recoil.
Those mage auto attack animations are slow. You got to be ready. Darkwing's missing out on 40 gold right there.
Keine missed 4 of the minions, though.
Ooh, okay.
So it's all about the...
And he's missing a lot of health, too.
Yeah.
It's all relativity. How are you compared to your opponent?
Difference. You can see it makes a huge difference at the start of the game.
Yeah, we're Kane's all the way down there at 650. Darkwing
gold.
731. That's, I mean, proportionally, he's so much further ahead. All right, Sheiden clearing through his jungle, going bot to top side. As you can see, the opposite path here for eXyu, doing that clearing of the red quadrant there, moving down towards the bottom side of the map instead. So probably just going to get a Scuttle Crab split on this one. I wouldn't expect the double Scuttle.
Yeah, I don't think so either, unless we see some type of early roam into dive just because Kaine's gotten so low from Darkwing's early game harass, but I completely agree with you. That's what we're expecting, is just full clear and a Scuttle Crab for both junglers.
Potion already being chugged by Rahel on the bottom side as well while they're pushing up. Obviously, Keine on screen is also dry and going to have to go back for his teleport. I wonder, is his purchase going to be a little weak going back so early?
I mean, for what it's worth, Darkwings is going for a more lane-dominant spec here with the Airy on Viktor, so he's trying to take advantage of that early rune to at least get a slight gold advantage, because he's going to be more vulnerable later on in the game not having something like Phase Rush or even something like First Strike if he's trying to farm gold.
And his Scorch as well has done over 130 damage here, 131 so far in the early trades. Obviously, in your range versus melee, you're going to get a lot of value out of stuff like that because he's constantly worth the procket.
Ooh, nice trade down there from Disguise, chunking Isles down to about 250 HP, catching him on the very edge of the grand entrance there from Huhi. But now topside, Castle is in trouble. The walls are under siege, but he turns it around beautifully with the decimating smash. Castle just buries him in the moat. Sheiden too far forward, punished.
Castle is the GOAT. Literally, he won them the last game.
The GOAT of the moat.
If I am eXyu right now, that is the biggest thing that you want to see on your screen. Your top laner just got ganked. And then on the top of your screen, it goes, an enemy has been slain. And you're like, what the hell yeah, that's what I like to see. And Sheiden flashed to go do that follow-up.
But in the Renekton Sion matchup as well, whereas if Sion gets again? Of course we're going to see it again. I mean, he just has the W. Sheiden ends up eating a third turret shot.
Yes, it's 3 shots.
Third turret shot because he flashed in, so there's no way to get back out.
He even...
That's a tilter.
Yeah, a tale of two facial expressions.
On that as well, I mean, he's just trying to add on to his last game, right? He was so dominant on the M-Best. You wouldn't expect the solo kills on Sion, but he actually has this one already. So Castle is showing up today.
Photon's like, just want to make sure everyone knows that solo kill, that was not
That
on
is not me.
That's not me.
Top
That one
laner
right there.
matchup. The top lane island had an unwelcome visitor by boat, and the boat sank.
Photon's like, I'm not going to say jungle diff, but you can think whatever you want.
I'm not going to stop you if you say it either. Like,
I mean, I feel so bad for Sheiden. Like, he flashed under tower to go do that too. You know, as well. I guess maybe he hadn't seen like when the first shield was. Maybe he thought the shield was also used earlier or something.
try to go for the last
And
burst.
so he thought, yes, he must have thought that was still there. Castle actually ended up getting the damage pop from his shield too. Like, it wasn't even broken there. So anyways, back down to the dragon though.
Yeah, we got a bit of a problem though. Photon going in here with the dominance, finds a lot of damage onto Huhi, but not enough to actually really threaten him all the way just yet. Here comes your heroic entrance, but Kaine's not going to get nobody either. Now eXyu's ready to join in on the fight. He jumps in for the audacious charge. Wind becomes lightning, and Dignitas are thunderstruck. Disguised, finding another kill for themselves, but now eXyu's in a little bit of danger. Sheiden swoops in, and Keine gets a kill back. Blood on the floor for both teams.
I mean, they have to get something for that. They burned Renekton alt flash and Galio alt flash, and it is just a 1-for-1. Meanwhile, DARKWING's just pushed the wave in and reset. The amount that Dignitas spent on that play for the reward is so low. DSG's got to be so comfortable and confident after that.
They certainly do. Wave in a pretty good spot for them as well.
Oh man, the
boy.
gleaming quill to interrupt, and the headbutt
Second
backwards
interrupt.
doesn't knock him into the turret.
He's just going to keep interrupting him.
Oh, he missed it. Okay. That was close though.
Couldn't get it.
Try to curve it around.
Yeah, he's trying to do the curve the bullet thing.
But yeah, Keine actually self-canceled his recall a little bit there too, thinking maybe he gets into tower range. But Jatt, here it is.
It's
Another
level
lift to
6
the game.
Renekton. You got to try and make something happen, but they're not coordinated on this play. No one can come follow up, so he's completely trying to get the 1v2. Flashes, doesn't look like he gets the flash W onto huhi. Might have just been out of range, or it was a misclick, and that just allows eXyu to fly in afterwards and get that kill.
And his Q also must have still had like a half a second left on the timer, because he didn't instantly Q as he flashed, and so he didn't have damage. Man.
It's not bad, guys. It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Still really good. I want to cancel his base.
I concur. I want to cancel
really
his
good.
base, and he got that too.
Speaking like a true veteran right now, that is just a nervy play, I feel like, both out of Sheiden with the top lane dive and Photon in the bot lane. Like, they've now had both of their deaths have been off of players flashing forward, going for kills, and then ending up to be punished afterwards. So they're going to keep trying to keep the gas pedal down as Sheiden starts up the grubbies.
Okay, grubs begun by Dignitas. Remember, in both of the previous games, the grubs were owned by Disguise. So Sheiden is at least going to get one here in game number 3, as eXyu and DARKWINGs both step forward. They want to guarantee at least one of their own. eXyu does not want to use the smite on the first one if he can help it. Okay, that one's already going to be secured by Disguise. The battle for the last grub. Meanwhile, Keine versus huhi off to the side here. Castle ready to rotate down to the fight now as well. And the smite is spent. 2 out of 3 grubs confirmed for Disguised.
Yeah, Keine also.
Kaine's going to be a little bit careful here. The quickness has been spent. There is your gravity well, and Kaine's still trying to get away from the arcane storm. Feat of warfare for Disguise. That was just disrespectful from Keine.
Also good from huhi.
It was good from
Very
huhi,
well
but
played.
Keine, you got to understand, brother, that Rakan is dangerous.
huhi's on fire.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest looking kill. Like it was in slow motion.
Well,
but there is nothing that
Viktor
Galio could have done.
It's a Viktor with a catalyst, so like the damage, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a Rakan and a Viktor with a catalyst early game. Not gonna be a
Against
lot of damage.
An MR stacking Galio.
Yeah.
And they're just like slowly whittling him down with the ultimate. But they make it so he can't really move. He tries to do the E. It's interrupted by huhi. That he pings 6 off the minions. Gets 6. Wouldn't have been expecting that. They chain the Rakan charm with the Viktor gravity well and just go through rotations of cooldowns. Yeah, that was fun.
That's a play you get to smile at if you're huhi or DARKWINGs. Not so much if you're Keine, as now that is another feat of warfare claim for Disguise. They have claimed that in every single game so far in the series.
Yeah, I mean, huhi has actually had a lot to smile about in these replays. The last one where he got to escape and live the level 6 Renekton level up going after him. But now maybe the smile gets wiped off his face.
Yup, that's a frowny play for Disguise. That's one you're not so happy about, but for Dignitas, that's a big dub. Now you can jump over here, look to take this first dragon for yourself.
I think they're going to have to fight for it. Potentially, eXyu has ultimate. Darkwing's ult will be up in a little bit. They will be outnumbered, but huhi's running from base.
Okay, they're distracting Dignitas if nothing else. Isle stepping forward, but remember that the Alistar has no unbreakable will. He's actually still very, very killable. He flashes back over the wall to the safety of his teammates. The dragon down to 600 HP, but Sheiden does secure it there with a smite. Rahel playing aggressively here on the Xayah, but he gets caught before he can use the ulti. Now eXyu's in the middle of everybody. Darkwing's trying to fight back with huhi right next to him here with a quickness. A little bit more damage finishes the job on Sheiden, and Darkwings has the damage, but where's the rest of the backup? Now Isles has to try to get away from the laser. A double kill over the Darkwings. Wind becomes lightning with the audacious charge yet again as Tomo has to try to get away, and Keine, beautiful three-man taunt from the Galio. Now a TP ready to reinforce on Dignitas' side, and Photon slices and dices huhi all the way up. Darkwings trying to get away in the 1v3, but it's only a matter of time. Another double kill, this time back over to Photon. We got 11 kills in 11 minutes.
Dig might be able to fight their way out of this one. Actually, that was such a strange-looking fight. Rahel was trying to play on the edge. He was too close to the edge. He was too close.
I was going to say, a lot happened afterwards, but I'm still stuck on the fact that this Xayah didn't press ulti. Because I thought for sure the reason that he's walking up here and attacking, his finger is on his ulti, for sure,
It must be.
Yeah.
Or his flash. Maybe it got stuck in between the two keys.
Oh, shit.
And just like the tactile force didn't work. Because, yeah, he's just airborne from the VIQ into getting one shot. Because if he presses the R right there, I think they absolutely clean up this fight. Look at what Darkwings can do afterwards as everyone on Dig is trying to take them down. He actually plays this fight very well. And this is where DSG ends up going for more, and they probably shouldn't have, since the Renekton had pushed in the Sion in top lane and can teleport at the end, because this is still going to be a close fight until the teleport comes in which case DSG has to completely run away, and they get cleaned up.
Photon got him this time.
Yup.
He did.
Not getting out this time, huhi. So Dignitas, okay, let's run with this, see what they can do. They need money with this comp, because this comp just does one thing. They got to go in, they got to dive. So let's see if that is going to be enough to do it. Those kills went on to the Renekton. Vi as well getting some. So Photon and Sheiden, last time when the team looked like they had some good possibilities in that game too, was when Photon and Sheiden had their leads. And once again, the front line is going to have to do a lot.
However, the problem on the other side remains. Darkwings on the Viktor here. You can see he's already got the Rod of Ages, stacking that one towards becoming the tanky menace that Viktor can be. We know how powerful his scaling is. This will be a problem.
And he's got a lot to play for, actually. Darkwings has a grudge against Dignitas because he told us last week, actually, after that his first split on Dig, he had a 3-year contract, and they just kicked him after one split. That really set him back. He is 25 years old. He's been grinding his way through Tier 2, now getting his chance in Tier 1. And honestly, from all the players that spend so long grinding up into Tier 1, joining a team that was in last place seems like such a risky thing to do. But for me, Darkwings has actually been performing at a high level, and this game especially.
Yeah, 100% agree. And then if we also went back and we compiled eXyu's quotes, it would be like 2 pages at least, maybe 3 pages.
Man's got a whole chapter at this point. He is not happy with Dig as an org, and we'll see if he can complete his vengeance here as huhi pops the quickness. Not to great success there. That might have been a little bit of a audacious ulti.
Remember when we showed huhi killing Keine in mid lane? He was level 6 then. He is still level 6. So since that moment, it hasn't been going that well.
Support life.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, you're making me feel old again. You're like, you know, League of Legends came out in like 2009 or 10 or something?
Yeah.
Holy, when was beta?
I mean, he's got to be last in the game in experience. Somehow Isles is a lower experience.
Yeah, Isles is like 5 experience lower or something. But yeah, they're both in the trench.
But yeah, we're 14 and a half minutes in. Like, when did he hit level 6?
All right, Jatt is going to investigate this. While he's doing that, we're looking at the current state of the game, which is Herald spawning here in about 15 seconds. Control over the river currently belongs to Dignitas. You can see that they've got wards at these entry ramps. They're trying to keep an eye out for Disguise. Critically to note as well, huhi still does not have that ulti off of cooldown. If they want to have their full strength in the upcoming fight, they're still going to need to wait about another 20, 30 seconds to get the quickness back. But now huhi's immediately jumped on. The Vault Breaker coming out from Sheiden, and huhi's got to try to battle dance away. Now eXyu stuck here on the front line, and he's got to be careful. Tons of damage piling in from Dignitas, but not enough to get a kill here just yet. Castle in the middle of everybody looking to make some space as Sheiden dives into the back line, and the heroic entrance comes down over the top. A lot of damage, takes out DARKWING, and that's 2 back over to Dig. Double kill for Kaine's Galio.
Dig have the better position inside the river. They're strong 5 together, and DSG are split. They do not have Rahel with the rest of the squad. So looks like Dignitas here are going to get the Herald. That can be used to get some extra money for them on these outer towers. I mean, yeah, the Dragon could possibly be your consolation prize for DSG, as that is going to be the direction eXyu heads.
But that's the Rift Herald. Dignitas is fighting their way out of this. If they weren't coordinated in the first 2 games, there's one way to get everybody on the same page. Give them all the same job. And they'll just all do that same job at once, which is just dive and fight. So if anyone on DSG is ever not grouped, Dig will just go on that person. So everyone's engaging on a huhi here. Rahel is caught off on the back end, so everyone on Dig just says, let's keep sending it towards DARKWING, and they do so successfully to win this fight.
Yeah, we got the ult in there from Sheiden right onto DARKWING. Isles there for the follow-up. And the all-in, the dive squad is able to perform their function. DSG not happy about it.
Okay, huhi's level 7 now. But it took him 8 minutes. He was level 6 at 8:45 and was still level 6 at 16 minutes.
So I feel like you could be this outraged if Isles wasn't in exactly the same experience.
Okay, but Isles...
He is exactly the same, bro.
I mean, Isles at level 6 at like 11 minutes.
The purple bars are pretty identical.
No, Isles doesn't hit level 6 until after that 11-minute dragon fight. He hit level 6 like 3 minutes later.
I'm just saying, let it go.
Seems like it's personal. What are you doing?
Just drop it, man.
It is really funny, though, you know, especially roaming supports, which have so much, you know, emphasis put on, oh, we got to flank around. Alistar and Rakan are these supports that are always like, I'm going to go on a little adventure through the, you know, enemy jungle.
And then you die, and then you're running back
Then you die, you're like trying to get your vision, you know, trying to do so much setup. It is funny, the extremes of level discrepancies between roles that we see as, you know, the games get longer and longer.
Okay, huhi's got to make sure he doesn't get caught out here. Pretty easy grand entrance back over the wall to not be in a precarious position on that one. Checking back up here in this top side, though, it is a nice individual gold lead for Photon because he got those 2 kills in the punish after the dragon fight. He was able to accelerate himself a little bit further. Having the Black Cleaver as Sion starts to pack on these armor items is going to make it feel like you can still stand and fight in this lane versus Sion just being accelerated, having a Sunfire cape for nothing. So Photon still having a great opportunity here. It's mid-game, you're on Renekton, you're ahead of the curve. There's a lot that you can do.
Yeah, there really is. It's an opportunity to extend their season. They need to win 3 games in a row here to not lose this one to DSG, trying to break this mid-turret and really open up the map. This is their time right now. I mean, even though DARKWING is and was having a good game, he's still going to be a lower mobility character that they can just attack in the side lanes anytime they can overload one side.
Oh, can he make it?
He can.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh!
Right at the finish line, he ran out of gas.
Man, at the very finish line, it doesn't do the job. Now Isles could be in a little bit of danger here. Arcane Storm and Quickness both already used, but the Unbreakable Will is keeping the Alistar alive long enough to escape, but it does cost both his summoner spells alongside that ult.
Uh-oh. No summoner spell for the Alistar. That was a rough drive. Just ran out of gas there right in front of the turret.
He didn't turn sharp enough at the end. He was too far from the wall.
You got to be more efficient with your gas, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you already have a pretty good speed, you just let up a little bit, start coasting, you know, so she doesn't run out as quickly.
We're using the budget gas management techniques here to get the Herald where it needs to go. I respect it.
When's the hybrid Shelly gonna be implemented in Summoner's Rift? Give her some more distance.
2026.
Yeah, we do a lot of, like, they do the new maps now, right? What if we have like an electric map and there's electric Shelly?
Don't make her a full electric, because then you gotta stop it, you know, charge up as well. You know,
No, but then the Void Grubs are batteries, and you can plug a Void Grub into the Shelly. But meanwhile, it looks like Keine is trying to plug a Justice Punch into Huhi and finds about 60% of his health bar there on a quick snappy trade. That's what happens when one guy's level 13 and the other guy's level 8.
We've had a lot of action around Otakon. You're bringing up his experience. That wasn't me.
Yeah,
That wasn't me. You're still blaming Huhi's level.
No, I'm not. I'm observing what happens when a 5-level difference champion interacts with one.
What happened when Isles got hit? He was level 8 too. All right, I just had to do to you what Kobe did to me. Dig is at Otakon again, which is dangerous.
And Otakon gives a lot of experience.
It does.
Okay, so Dignitas is 2,500 gold ahead. Honestly, they're in a really good game state.
They are. They are. They are winning this one right now, at this current moment in time. But they are just...
How you put like 4 asterisks?
Because I've been watching the series, and it hasn't been good for Dignitas' ability to win games. But they are winning this one. So I'd say the plan is going to be the same this entire game. And with the current scaling, I don't think the Victors or the Xayah are strong enough to shred through the dive before it can kill them. Also, Kobe, I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of Sunfire Cape on Sion. I thought he'd have an early Bramble Vest. With that solo kill, I thought he'd be able to bully the Renekton around. It really hasn't happened yet, and that is hurting his ability to be first to these fights.
Have you considered that he could set fire to all the melees, though?
Oh, eXyu jumping in, but he's going to lose half his HP before anything else even happens. It's so dangerous to try to jump in on the Galio like that. And now with their jungler half dead, Disguised has to be that much more careful about even thinking about approaching this dragon fight. Control over the bot side river for Dignitas. Redemption to try to heal Disguised. Back up. Castle's coming in. Photon will ride from a TP, but immediately Castle's ready to start things off. He's in the middle of everybody. He's going to be soaking the damage. Quickness from Huhi to lock up Photon, but the Renekton is still alive. Dignitas ready to fight back. They lock Castle up, and they beat him down. A killing spree as Castle's dead body now tries to get anything back, but Huhi's down to 300 HP. Castle is fully removed from the rift. Keine is ready to keep on pushing forward, but both sides have to be careful here. Nice root from Rahel takes Keine down to 25%. Disguised, still with full HP on eXyu and critically DARKWINGs, will maintain control over the river despite the fact that they lost their top laner.
Gonna go for the resets here too with those health bars chunked down. Castle does have his teleport, as you say, so right when Castle gets back up, we could just have round 2 here. This bottom side of the map has Rakan and Dragon.
And Photon is so strong as well. Like in these fights, especially now with his 2 completed items, going more of a snowball game there with the Spear of Sojin as the second item, he is wreaking havoc on this DSG team.
Now, if they could get right in to the next one, there is still a slight cooldown on Galio ult and Alistar ults. I mean, Alistar's going to come back up pretty quickly, though.
Okay, Dignitas with the control. eXyu trying to just make sure he takes this blue buff, give that over to DARKWING so Viktor can keep on spamming his spells out as frequently as possible. Arcane Storm still has a small amount of time left on it, as does the Crescent Guard from Xin Xhao. The ultis just aren't available for Disguised, and that means that Dignitas should be able to comfortably secure this Drake, and there it is.
And it looks like the top tower should fully get traded for it. So it is just, at the moment, a single dragon for outer tower on top side with Castle pushing. Okay. Let's see what else they can get done here. Otakon will be the next target as they at least try and set up vision for it. Nobody wants to start that thing. You don't want to shred yourself, but you do need vision so that you could counter if your opponents try something risky.
I mean, everybody wants to start that thing. That's why...
That's why it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, you want to finish it.
True.
I don't want to start it. I would like to be the one to finish it, though.
Good clarification. With no dragon and with how close this game is, I do think it'll be a bit until we see an Otakon fight. And again, we're in the situation where Dig has their bottom turret, and they've camped a Crocodile down here to make sure it stays there. I think it gives them the right setup. Like, there's really hard for DSG to get into a lot of these fights with them being a little bit behind.
Yeah, both of them control wards in each of their respective tribe rush here, leading up to the Otakon. And Photon kind of evening up the river of vision as well, so... The vision pretty split down the middle here. 2 items for basically everybody on Dignitas, as well as everybody on DSG. So items are looking pretty comparable.
Dignitas are on the Otakon. DSG, they know something's up. They're trying to make their way down. Scryer Trinket is going to see the Otakon at about 50%. Teleport coming in. Darkwing's ready to join up here with the rest of the team. Otakon down to 6,000. Photon back over the wall, going to be marked there by the control ward.
Keine.
Dignitas thinking about trying to get back in here and go for the fight. Isles jumps into the back. They've made their move. Massive burst of the Darkwings, but he stays alive a little bit longer. Tomo tries to kill him off, but the shutdown on Photon is already there. Disguise are scrambling. They have lost their mid laner, but they got to be so careful. Tomo, Keine, and Sheiden all trying to get away. Dread it. Run from it! Otakon arrives all the same, and Dignitas fall again!
And Rahel pulled it off this time. He pressed his R at exactly the right moment. They all tried to dive on him. He avoids the engage. He does 4,000 damage incredibly fast in that fight. And my God, Flowers, it happened again.
It just... Okay, let's just go to the replay.
Okay, so we're getting shredded on the Otakon, but the double flank here from Dignitas. Keine goes in. They do lock up Darkwings, but there are two big carries on this team. And the Rahel, the Xayah, gets to keep on attacking from the side. Huhi even escaping there too at the end, not to give over another kill. So it was just the single assassination they got. Even Otakon came up to the mid of river.
Yeah, chased him in.
To keep on attacking.
Otakon hates Dignitas.
He really,
he
is
so much.
Dig's #1 hater. But the reason it's so important for Disguise to perform well in these games, win or lose, no matter how you place at the end of this season, whether or not you get eliminated today or you go to Worlds and play Gen G in the finals, you've got 1 month, 5 days, and 23 hours until you've got to compete in the relegation games to keep your spot in the LTA.
And it does look like the roster changes they made for Split 3 are positioning themselves to have a good chance in this game. They are on track to knock Dignitas out of the elimination phase right now. Rahel and Darkwing still playing well. Rahel got caught there. He's got the stopwatch ability right now. Rahel has his ultimate back up again, so the dives are getting harder and harder for Dig to pull off.
How are their chances versus Gen G in finals, though, like he was talking about?
I mean,
about equal to this?
It's interesting that you put it that way, because I was mentioning how IG almost did come back from an 11,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
And Dig couldn't quite come back from an 8,000 gold lead. DSG, I'd say slightly below Weibo. Yeah.
Okay.
To largely.
Okay, well,
somewhere in there.
Slightly to largely below Weibo. Okay. That's a very descriptive quantifier.
Largely, slightly to large.
Slightly, largely behind Weibo.
Yep. Interesting.
Okay. That's,
let's get back to this one then.
All right, yeah, let's check out where we are.
40 seconds on Dragon.
The gold lead has evaporated. Earlier, Dignitas were over 3,000 gold ahead of their opponents. Now Disguise have not only equalized what once was that lead, but when you look at the flower value, anytime you see one team up 20 flowers, they're 1.5, 2,000 golds worth of just raw adaptive force stats that you don't see there in the gold lead at the top. So it's just all that extra strength, all that extra power that Disguise now have, and it just makes it that much scarier. Again, we're talking about Rahel hitting 3-item spikes, having the armor penetration of the LDR. We're talking about Darkwings having stasis available alongside the fully completed tanky caster items. The job only gets more difficult as the clock goes forward.
Yeah, it really does. This next Drake, they're going to need the right snap engage. It's going to be so difficult, though. I think you're still trying to target Rahel, but if you miss that engage and he rips the feathers through your whole team, they're just going to get shredded right now. He's 3 full items on the Rakan, and at this point, with DSG having the Otakon, they have those extra stats from the 30 flowers. It's looking more and more grim for Dignitas Flowers.
Okay, we've got the Chem Drake started up, though. Dignitas is trying to come down here with a pincer attack. It's Isles and Keine on the south side of the fight. Everybody else coming up from the mid lane area as Huhi jumps back over the wall. The Drake is secured by Rahel and the rest of Disguised, and they can just get themselves out. They walk out as a full unit. They make sure nobody can get dogpiled on by Dignitas, by this all-in just press go comp, and so they get the objective for free. Nicely done.
All right, next objective carries a little bit more weight than the technical dragon.
Slightly, largely more weight than the chemical technical
somewhere
dragon?
between the two.
Chemical technology?
If the dragon is Weibo, what?
I've walked myself into such a dark place. I can't answer these questions.
Okay. We got teleport for both top laners, so side lanes could easily join on over to it, but they're getting their resets off here, and Flowers, your favorite item, the arm guard here, purchased up from DARKWINGs. DARKWINGs has been the target. When Dignitas have had their successful fights, and also, even when they had their unsuccessful fight, they they still went for DARKWINGs, and they did kill him, but now, with the arm guard and his flash available, if DSG can have both him and Rahel survive, then you just have you know, huge chances here of winning the entire series in the next team fight.
And I kind of think that's why Dignitas didn't fight that last Drake, is because, sure, they could have tried to engage onto the 5-man group of DSG, but without getting an odd-numbered fight, I think the fact that both carries are somewhat undiveable is a guaranteed loss. So that's why I think Dig is going to be looking for more skirmishes like this.
Well, Isles loses a chunk of HP, but eXyu does the same here, as Rahel is coming in to back up eXyu and huhi. Redemption from huhi there as Castle flying in from the side there with the Sion ulti, slams his face into the wall, so it's not like Dignitas is really giving them the opportunity to continue chasing after this right now. Just a little bit of posturing from both sides, fighting for control over this river. Sheiden wants to charge up a vault breaker, but there's not really any vaults to break.
Yeah, and they're kind of just trading side lane pushing right now. They have Viktor pushing on top side, and Renekton was pushing bottom side, so they just kind of trade an extra wave there for both solo lanes. And actually, that money is enough for Photon to finish his third item.
That's a big purchase.
Yeah, getting Sterix does allow at least the possibility of team fighting here for the Renekton. But again, if you take into account the overall compositions, even though the gold is comparable, the dragon buffs are comparable, DSG, just 30 minutes into the game, when you have a Viktor and a Xayah versus a dive comp, you should have some pretty big advantages. You've got your LDR already completed, you have your Landries, and so Dignitas, they're feeling pressured. They're feeling pressured here, so they're just going to start it out. Rahel is walking from base with his Infinity Edge in inventory.
Yeah, the final boss is arriving if they couldn't get that Baron down in time.
Oh boy, yeah, and they can't. I don't think they've got the gear score, fellas. That Baron ain't gonna drop, and Rahel is on the way. You can see in the inventory of DARKWINGs, he also has both components for the Void Staff, moving towards having that extra penetration of his own to break through the front line, break through these divers as they try to dogpile in. And now Disguised, recognizing, hey, this is a 4 fully completed item to AD carry. We're just gonna try to shred the Baron ourselves as Castle and huhi run a little bit of interference. Kaine's going to step forward here with the taunt. Sheiden looking for the opportunity to maybe try to enter from the left, while Disguised finishes the objective, and now they're ready to go for the fight. But huhi's going to die here at the very start before anything else even happens. eXyu chasing after Tomo, but Rahel dies! No ult! No flash! No chance! Dignitas eviscerates Disguised! The Baron might have gone over to the red side, but the blue side just deletes him! Dig don't lose a single man! They just won the game!
Photon found him with the flash W, and now eXyu needs to solo defend against 5 people!
I don't think it's happening, Jatt. I don't think it's happening. I think we're gonna go to a game number 4. Dignitas, right when it seemed like they had thrown the game away, right when it seemed like there was not gonna be an angle back into this one, Photon clutching it to find the pick onto Rahel to kill the Xayah before he can ulti. huhi and eXyu trying to slow this down enough, but they just can't do enough damage. We're going to game 4.